Welcome to everyone to this unboxing of Vampire the Eternal Struggle 30th Anniversary deck. This is a very cool Toreador deck that Black Chantry has put it for the 30th anniversary. Here you have Black Chantry, World of Darkness, and here we have one of the main vampires that we're gonna check right now. This is for the 5th edition, in case you check this video after 2024. And yeah, this is the box. It's a beautiful box that is coming with a very interesting deck, and we are gonna check a bit this description to have a quick idea about what is inside. Celebrating Vampire the Eternal Struggle in the 30th year, we present a reimagining of a classic deck archetype for the Toreador clan. A 100 card pre-constructed deck, the Endless Dance, an extra 20 cards including new Camarilla Justicars, Kindred of Renown, and key reprints. The pre-constructed deck includes not just reprints, but also entirely new Crypt cards and several new library cards, bolstering the political aspect of the game. It is also suitable for new players looking to start with a ready-made deck that explores the dealings, negotiations, and machinations of the Eternal Struggle. The deck is ready for play out of the box or customizable with other Vampire the Eternal Struggle cards. Each player needs a deck to play. So this deck is kind of an excellent choice to start in the game. This is what we are gonna encounter inside. The box is a bit worse than the 25th anniversary because it doesn't have the support part here in the back, but anyhow is a very beautiful hard cardboard box that I think is very nice for this price. The price is a good deal. I'm gonna put this a bit closer. So yeah, I really recommend this deck. It has very interesting Crypt and very interesting library. So if you are thinking to buy something new, please go ahead and get this deck. So let's go for it. We have Diana Iadanza, or Diana Iadanza, is a Toreador. It's capacity 9, and it is a Justicar. During a referendum she calls, Diana can burn 1 blood to cancel a reaction card as it is played. Cost it is still paid, so very important. The cost will be paid anyway, and it has +1 bleed. Very nice vampire. It has 4 disciplines at major. We have presence, we have fortitude, we have celerity, and we have auspex. It's group 7, and we have 3 copies. And then we have François Villon. This is the Prince of Paris. He's 10 capacity, also has +1 bleed, and it's group 6. The ability is, if François is ready during your unlock phase, he can burn 2 blood to lock a younger vampire. Very interesting ability, and the +1 bleed. I mean, like the main Crypt is +1 bleed, so it's already very effective. It has the 3 disciplines at major: presence, celerity, and auspex, and at minor it has potence, obfuscate, and animalism. It was potence. I don't remember. It's potence. I think maybe it's not potence. And we have 3 copies. 3 copies of him. Then we have 1 copy of Kazuki Hanabira. Is capacity 2, and it has Auspex at minor, and is a Camarilla from the group 7. Marcos Belegrad is a 8 capacity, group 7, Camarilla Prince of Bogota. Matusalen's casting, including controlling a minion casting votes or ballots against a referendum called by Marcos. Burn 1 pool once resources are tallied. It has the 3 main disciplines at major. It has presence, celerity, auspex, and animalism at minor. 1 copy only. We have Modius, is Camarilla Prince of Gary. I really don't know where is that city. During the, so yeah, actually, if you know what it is, please put it in the comments, because I don't have any idea. During the polling step of any referendum, Modius can discard a master card to get +1 vote. It's a capacity 8, and it has the 3 main, again, at major, we have presence, celerity, and auspex, and obfuscate at minor. The illustration is amazing, by Carmen Cornet. There's 2 copies. We have Silvian Popescu, that is capacity 4, Camarilla, group 7. During your unlock phase, you can move 1 blood from a prince you control to Silvian. It has a presence at major and celerity at minor, so interesting. 1 copy. Valentina Osako is a 3 capacity Camarilla, group 7, and it has presence at major. Okay, now we have the library. I really think the Crypt is very, very nice. I think there's not much that you will like to include, but I think you can play with this or add a few more vampires that are interesting. And let's go for the library. Aptian influence is a political action and get +1 vote. Only 1 Aptian influence can be played or called during the game. Successful referendum means each Matusalem can choose a ready vampire they control. Each Matusalem gain pool equal to their chosen vampire's capacity. Then burns 5 of pool. We have 1. Anti-empowerment is also a political action and it gives you 1 vote. Successful referendum means each Matusalem burns 1 pool for each minion they control. 1 copy. Then we have Art Museum, that is a MasterCard Toreador requirement. It costs 2 of your pool and is a unique location. You can lock this location during your influence phase to add 1 blood to a Toreador in your uncontrolled region. Very, very cool card. I really don't know how to pronounce Aue. I don't know exactly, but this card is very, very, very good. In Spanish, we say kind of Aue, but I really don't know how it will be pronounced in English. No idea. It costs X. It requires presence. Only usable during the polling step of a political action. At minor, the vampire gets +1, +X, +1 votes. And at major, it gets 2X +1 vote. Very good card. We have 2 copies only, but it's very nice card to have. We have banishment, that is a political action. 1 vote. Choose a ready younger vampire. Successful referendum means the chosen vampire is moved to the uncontrolled region, breaking any temporary control effects. Any cards encounters on the chosen vampire stay with them, but are out of play as long as the chosen vampire remains uncontrolled. I think we have 2 copies. Business pressure is a modifier, requires presence, only usable during the polling step of a political action. At minor, Matusalen's can burn pool to get votes during the resolution of this card. Resolve this card before moving on. A Matusalen get +2 votes for each pool they burn. At major, as above, but you get +3 votes for each pool you burn. I think the card is very interesting. I think it's a new card. 2 copies. Camarilla Conclave is a master. Unique. Requires a Justicar or Inner Circle member. Put this card in play with 4 counters during a political action performed by a Camarilla vampire you control or its polling step. You can burn 1 counter from this card to give the acting vampire +1 stealth, or to give each non-Camarilla vampire -1 vote. If this card has no counters, burn it. 1 copy, 2 copies. Probably one of the best politics ever printed. I really like this new card. Is Camarilla's Iron Fist, 1 vote. Requires a title Camarilla Vampire, and it costs 1 blood. Choose a Matusalem and allocate 5 points among 2 or more other Matusalens. Successful referendum means the chosen Matusalem gains 1 pool, and each Matusalem burns 1 pool for each point allocated. It's amazing. I think it's 5 copies. Very, very nice. Very nice card. I really love it. Charismatic Aura. It requires Auspex and Presence. At minor, burn 1 blood to cancel a strike card. The minion choose a straight card. The minion chooses a strike again, or a grapple card. I will start from the beginning, sorry. At minor, burn 1 blood to cancel a strike card or a grapple card as it is played by the opposite minion. The minion choose a strike again, okay, even it's cancelled. And it's got Jesus Christ, its cost is not paid, okay? So if it's cancelled, will not be paid. A vampire can play only 1 charismatic aura at basic each round. At major, strike combatants. I think this card is very, very nice. This is the kind of card you really need, because also do combatants, but at the same time, if you get an immortal grapple, you can get out from that issue. So 2 cards, 2 copies. I probably would like to have a few more. Confiscation is a politic. Is 1 vote. Requires a title vampire. Choose an equipment and a vampire. Successful referendum means the chosen vampire takes control of the chosen equipment. Very interesting. Dreams of the Sphinx. Amazing card. Very, very, very good to play in different ways. It costs 1 from your blood bank. This is unique. Put this card in play. Add 1 counter to this card each time you lock it. You can lock this card to get +2 hand size until the end of the turn. You can lock this card during your unlock phase to gain 1 pool if you have the edge. Or you can lock this card to add 1 blood to a vampire in your uncontrolled region. Burn this card if it has 3 counters. 1 copy. Elysium, the Palace of Versailles. Is a master, costs 2 pool. Unique location. You can lock this location during the polling step of a political action to give each title Camarilla vampire you control +1 vote. Eyes of Argus is a reaction card. Requires Auxpex. At basic, only usable during an action directed at you or a card you control. +2 intercept. At major, only usable by a locked vampire. This vampire wakes. They ignore the requirements to be unlocked for playing reaction cards and attempt to block until the end of the action. 4 copies, I think. 2 copies only. Giant's Blood, very important card. Master. Only 1 Giant's Blood can be played in a game. Choose a vampire. The chosen vampire gains enough blood to reach full capacity. 1 copy. Information Highways is a master. Unique location and give you +2 transfers. We have 2 copies of this master. Judgment Camarilla Segregation, very interesting card. It costs 1. Is an action. +1 stealth action. Requires a Prince of Justicar. Put this card in play. Each Matusalem controlling a non-Camarilla vampire burns 1 pool during their unlock phase. Matusalens can burn a non-Camarilla vampire they control during their master phase to burn this card. It's very interesting card. Okay, we have kind resources contested. +1 vote. Allocate 4 points among 2 or more Matusalem. Successful referendum means each Matusalem burns 1 pool for each point allocated. We have 5? No, only 2. I wish they have a few more. Loop is a modifier requires a Toreador. Is is a new card. I think only 1 loop can be played each turn. Put this card in play. Toreador gets +1 stealth. Burn this card at the end of the turn or after a Toreador performs a successful action. There's a few. 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6 cards. Very beautiful, this illustration. Okay, we have the Louvre, Paris is a master, or the Louvre, Paris is Toreador. Requires Toreador, is a master card, unique location. You can lock this location to lock a Toreador. If you control the Prince of Paris, you can lock this location to lock a minion. Minions can steal this location as a direct action. Majesty, it costs 1 plot, requires presence. At basic, strikes combatants. At major, as above, and unlock this vampire before combatants. Very nice card. 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 copies of Majesty. Okay, then we have the My Enemy's Enemy. It requires Auspex, is a reaction. At basic, +1 intercept. At major, only usable if a minion controlled by your predator is bleeding you. After blocks are declined, not usable if there are only 2 Matusalens left. Lock this reacting vampire. Change the target of the bleed to your predator's predator. That Matusalen can attempt to block. There's 2 copies. The Quick Vibe is a reaction, only usable by a locked minion. A minion can play only 1 on the Quick Vibe between the unlocked phases. This minion wakes. They ignore the requirement to be unlocked for playing reaction cards and attempting to block until the end of the action. If this minion is an ally, they do not unlock as normal during the next unlock phase. Don't forget, if you're a new player, that you can use it in any minion. So allies also very interesting, because sometimes we forget. Parity shift. Political action, +1 vote, requires a Prince of Justice card. Choose a Matusalem who has more pool than you do, and allocate 3 of their pool among 1 or more other Matusalens, including you. Successful referendum means the pool is distributed as you choose. I think we have 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 6 cards. It's a nice politics. Perfect Paragon. Very interesting card. It requires presence, costs 1 of blood, only usable during the pulling step of political action. This vampire gets +3 votes. At major, allies and younger vampires get -1 intercept. 2 copies. Political Stranglehold is a political action, +1 vote. Only 1 political stranglehold can be played or called in a game. Successful referendum means each Matusalem gains 3 pool for each vampire they control with capacity 8 or more. Reinforcements. Political action, 1 vote. Requires a title vampire. Choose 1 or more Matusalens. Successful referendum means each chosen Matusalem choose up to 3 library cards in their ash heap and shuffles them into their library. Remove the card from the game, even if the action or the referendum fails or is cancelled. 1 copy. Reigns of Power, political action, 1 vote. Only 1 Reigns of Power can be played or called in a game. successful referendum means each Matusalem can choose a ready vampire they control. Each Matusalem gains 6 pool, then burns pool equal to the capacity of their predator's chosen vampire. One copy. Second tradition domain. We have 2 copies, I think. It's a reaction card. It's a very, very good reaction card. Requires Prince of or Justicar, +2 intercept. Also usable by a locked Prince or Justicar, even if intercept is not yet needed. To burn one blood to unlock and attempt to block with +2 intercept. Very nice card. I love it. There's 2 copies only. Probably a few more of these will be a nice thing to have. Telepathic misdirection is a reaction. It requires aspects and it costs 1. At minor, at basic, it gives you +1 intercept. At major, only usable if a minion is bleeding you after blocks are declined. Lock this reacting vampire. Change the target of the bleed to another Matusalem other than the active minion's controller. That Matusalem can attempt to block. We have 4, I think. 3, 4. Toreador Grand Ball Master. It requires Toreador and costs 1 blood from the pool, your blood bank, from your pool, not your blood bank, from your pool. Choose 2 ready Toreador you control. Put this card in play and lock 1 of the 2. The lock Toreador does not unlock as normal. The other Toreador's non-bleed actions cannot be blocked. Minions can burn this card as a direct action. Nosferatu get -1 stealth during that action. Very interesting to call all your political actions. This 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This is the card that gives the name to the deck. Then we have Villein. There is a Master Trifle, and put this card on a vampire you control who has any amount of blood. And move 2 to 5 blood from that vampire to your pool. Card's name, minion tap, costs you +1 pool to play. Villein costs +1 pool to play on this vampire. We have a few, I think 4 or 5. Yeah, we have 6 actually. Interesting. Voter Captivation. It requires presence, only usable after resolution of a political action whose referendum pass. At basic, this vampire gains 1 blood for each vote by which the referendum pass. At major, as above, but move up to 2 of those blood to your pool instead of this vampire. Very good. I think we have 5 copies. 4, 5, and 6. Wider View is a Master Trifle, costs 1 pool. Put this card in play. You can use 1 transfer to draw 1 card from your Crypt, and then remove a Crypt card in your uncontrolled region from the game. You can use 4 transfer to burn this card and gain 2 blood. I love this card. I think it's very interesting depending on the deck, but normally 1 copy I think is not enough. But maybe in this deck is not bad. Zillah Valley is a master. It costs 5 pool. Add 4 blood to a vampire in your uncontrolled region with capacity 8 or more. Very interesting card to try to get out the vampires as soon as possible. I think it's very good to have in this deck. And we have 6 copies. That is a very nice number. With this, we finish the deck. This is the deck. Then we have the extra cards. Okay, we have Donald O'Connor. This is a Bruja, capacity 8, group 6. It's Camarilla Prince of Dublin. During your minion phase, Donald can burn 1 blood to unlock. Very interesting ability. And it has the 3 main disciplines at major. We have Potence, Dominate, and Celerity. We have 1 copy only, sadly. Juliet Parr, very, very good. Interesting Malkavian. is a Justicar Malkavian, and capacity 9 is group 7. After a referendum called by Juliet Pass, you get +2 hand size until your next unlock phase. Juliet gets +1 optional maneuver each combat. It has Obfuscate, Dominate, and Auspex at Major, and at Basic it has Potence and Celerity. 2 copies. Molly McDonald. This is the other Justicar, Nosferatu, 10 capacity, and is group 7. Molly gets +1 bot and +1 bleed if your prey controls a non-Camarilla vampire. It has all the disciplines at Major. It has Protean, Potence, Obfuscate, and Animalism. Very nice and very beautiful illustration by Carmen Cornet. 2 copies. Nicolas Vermeulen is an Nosferatu Prince of Brussels, capacity 7, group 6. During your influence phase, you can burn the edge to add 1 blood to a Nosferatu in your uncontrolled region. It has Potence and Animalism at Major, and then at Basic it has Obfuscate and Fortitude. 2 copies? Yes, 2 copies. What a beautiful illustration here. Annabelle Triabel. This Toreador is capacity 9. Is a Primogen, so 1 vote only. While Annabelle is locked, other Toreador you control get +1 stealth. Very interesting ability. It's group 6. I don't know if I said already, but and then it has at Major the 3 main. They have Presence, Celerity, and Auspex, and then it has at Basic Fortitude and Dominate. It could be played in the deck. Actually, in the deck you can add this that give you an extra vote. Ian Carfax, Tremer, or Tremere, like we say in Spain. This is a Justicar, Tremer Justicar. Once each turn after a combat involving Ian ends, he can unlock if the opposite minion is not ready. And it has +1 intercept as the ability. Very, very nice. It's also capacity 9, that is kind of cheap for a Justicar, I think. And it has group 7. It has Blood Sorcery or Thaumaturgy, I don't know how it's in English. Dominate and Auspex at Major, and then at Basic it has Protean and Fortitude. Very nice. What a beautiful this Ventru looks totally Malkavian face. It's very cool illustration. Love it, by Mark Kelly. And this is capacity 10. That is a interesting price to pay for a +1 bleed Ventru Justicar. So not bad. It's a group 7. I like it. The +1 bleed is always welcome. During your master phase, Lucinde can burn 1 blood to choose a vampire this turn. Camarilla vampires you control can enter combat with the chosen vampire as a direct action. I think this is Lucinde Alastor is very, very good vampire. Then it has the 3 main at Major. It has Presence, Fortitude, and Dominate, and then at Minor, at Basic, it has Blood Sorcery, Potence, and Obfuscate. Very nice. 2 copies also. Okay, then we have a few more library cards. We have an Alastor, a card that could be included, very interesting one. Requires a political action, give you +1 vote. Requires a Justicar or Inner Circle member. Choose a ready Camarilla vampire. Successful referendum means you search your library for an equipment card and put this card and the equipment on the chosen vampire. Ignore requirements. Shuffle afterwards. Pay half the cost rounded down of the equipment. The attached vampire can enter combat with a vampire as a +1 stealth direct action. The attached vampire cannot commit the diablerie. A vampire can have only one Alastor. Very beautiful card. One copy. Anathema. Also interesting card is another political action. One vote requires a prince or justice card. Choose a ready vampire. Successful referendum means this card is put on the chosen vampire. If the attached vampire's blood is reduced to 0 in combat, the attached vampire is burned and the Matusalem controlling the opposing minion gains pool equal to the attached vampire's capacity. Interesting. Beautiful. Ginés, very nice illustration by Ginés Quiñonero. And this is Van Joaquin Justicar is one of the new politics that give a title. It has one vote. Choose a ready Camarilla Van Joaquin or Asamita. I don't know, in English maybe it's Asamite, I don't know. Successful referendum means this card is put on the chosen Banu Hakim to represent the unique Camarilla title of Banu Hakim Justicar. During this referendum, each Banu Hakim gets +1 vote. So this is very interesting for the new decks that has been released in 5th edition for Banu Hakim or Asamites. It gives you the opportunity to make one a Justicar and get the 3 votes title. The same for the La Sombra. La Sombra deck is going to be released this month, at the end of this month or early next month. We are talking about the end of October 2024 or maybe November. And this is the same card, exactly the same, but for La Sombra. And it's interesting card to have for the new deck. Protect Resources is a master card. It costs 2 pool. Put this card in play. If you will burn more than 2 pool to a bleed, you burn 2 pool instead. After a minion you control successfully bleeds, burn this card. Bullet Fangs. Only usable at close range at the end of a round during which this minion successfully inflicted more damage than the opposing vampire. Not usable by a minion being burned or going to torpor. Put this card on the opposing vampire. This minion inflicts 1 damage on them. The attached vampire cannot hunt. If they must hunt, they go to torpor instead. Any vampires can burn this card with 2 + 1 stealth actions. A vampire can only have 1 pull fangs. And this is the last card that is coming in the pack. 3rd edition Progeny. It costs 1 blood. +1 stealth action requires a non-sterile prince or justicar. Put this card in play. It becomes a 1 capacity non-unique Camarilla vampire of the same clan as the acting vampire and cannot perform actions this turn. You can search your library, shuffle afterwards, hand and or as heap for a discipline master card and put it on this new vampire. Move up to 2 blood from the acting vampire to this new vampire. And this is everything. I really hope you enjoy this unboxing. I really recommend you to get this deck as a nice. This is a nice memory that you can have about when the game makes 30 years. And if you are a new player, this is the very best, cheapest price value you can get to start playing the game. You get a proper deck ready to play, and instead of buying 2 of the new starter decks of 5th edition from any other clan, or taking 1 basic 5th edition deck plus the new blood of the same clan, you can get this deck with a very valuable cards that has been reprinted and a very nice proposal to bring to the table. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. See you in the next video. Thanks.